everyone. Today we're going to have some fun measuring our bodies. So there's a couple of different things that we're going to do. One thing is that you'll have a paper like this. Now you can print it out or you can look at this one. I can take a picture of this and put it on the newsletter. And you're going to measure your head, ear, neck, arm, finger, leg, foot. Okay, so you're going to get to measure those different parts of your body. And I want you to think when you're measuring what type of measuring tool you'd like to use. You could pick a ruler. For some parts of your body, a ruler might be the easiest. You might want to use a tape measure for some parts. Okay, so think about that. Or you might want to use a flexible plastic tape measure if you have one of these. Okay, see how it's like bendy. Okay, so think about what tool, the tools that you have, and what tool out of the tools that you have would be best for measuring these different parts of your body. So you're going to measure these parts of your body and record your answers and make sure you write inches next to it because you are measuring in inches, okay? So make sure if you're, let's do one together. Let's measure one of my fingers, okay? So I'll measure my pointer finger here. So here's my finger. And I think I'll use my ruler for this one. Oh, look, my finger is just about exactly 3 inches. So then I would go on my paper next to finger and I would write 3 inches. Okay, so you're going to measure those parts of your body. That should be pretty fun to do. And you can ask a family member to help you if you need help holding the measuring tool and also reading where it's at because it might be hard for you to see if you're measuring your head or your ear. Okay, so that's the first thing to do today. The next one is I want you to measure your height and wingspan. Now your height is how tall you are. So I made up this paper and I'll put this in the newsletter so you can print it out or you can make your own. You don't have to use this one. But your height is how tall you are. Okay? So you're going to measure how tall you are in inches. Your wingspan is how far it is from the tip of your finger to the tip of your other finger, the finger in your other hand, if you stretch your arms out like wings. So if I stretch my arms all the way out like wings, how far is it from the tip of one finger on this side all the way to the tip of my finger on the other side with my arms stretched out? You're going to want to measure all the way along your arms and all the way over to the other. You can kind of see that in this picture, okay? Wingspan. So you'll measure your inches. Then I have a question for you. Are you a square or a rectangle? So you want to figure out if your body's a square or a rectangle. Remember, a square is something that is the same length on every side. It has 4 sides, and each of those sides are the same length. With a rectangle, there's 2 long sides and 2 shorter sides, okay? So let's look at this together. Let me show you what I wrote here. So here's one picture. Here's another, and here's another. And let's try and see if we can figure out what's going on, okay? On this picture, we're going to figure out if the wingspan and height are equal, if they're the same, if one is greater than the other, or if one is less than the other, okay? So let's look at those pictures and see what symbol you think we should put in. Are they the same? Are they equal? Will we use greater than or less than? So in this one, let's look. It's about this tall and looks the same to me. Do you see if it's the same? What shape is that? That's a square. So the wingspan, would we say, is equal to, greater than, or less than the height in this one? If they're the same, what would we say? Equal, okay? So they're equal. Okay, so on this one, the height and wingspan are the same. Now I know that I'm 52 inches tall. Or 62 inches tall, I meant. 62 inches tall. If my wingspan was also 62 inches, they would be equal. They'd be the same, and my body would be a square. Okay? Now look at this picture. Which is greater, do you think? The height or the wingspan? Which is bigger in this one? The height. This person is taller. Their height is bigger than their wingspan. So if we're going to fill in, so we already did the equal sign. If we're going to fill in greater than or less than, let's think about it. Wingspan, is this greater than the height? Is it wingspan bigger than the height, or is wingspan less than the height? Smaller than the height? Less than, that's right. So wingspan is less than the height. So remember I said I know my height is 62 inches, okay? If my wingspan is less than 62, so let's say my wingspan is 60 inches, I'll look like this, like a rectangle. I'll be a rectangle. And this one, which is bigger, the height or the wingspan? Yeah, wingspan is bigger in that picture. So we'll say wingspan is greater than height, or wingspan is less than the height? Greater than. That's right. Remember I said my height is 62 inches. So if my wingspan is bigger than 62, I'll look like a rectangle in that direction. So maybe if my wingspan, let's see, 64 is bigger than 62, then I would be a rectangle in that direction. Okay, should we find out if I am a rectangle or a square? I'm going to use this one so I can go from the very tips of my fingers. Let me see, I'm going to have to hold this like this. So tips of my fingers all the way out my arm. And then I have to hold it here all the way out my other arm. Ooh. See, looks like I am 62 inches. So my wingspan was 62 inches and my height was 62 inches. So that means I am, what shape am I? Am I a square or a rectangle? I'm a square. I'll be curious to see what you are. So go ahead and you're going to measure your body parts, and you're also going to measure your wingspan and height and see if you are a square or a rectangle. And I'll take a picture of this and put it on the website too so that you can refer to that so that you'll know, you can see if you're a square or a rectangle. Okay, have fun. I think this should be a fun day for you. See you later.